SteveWillDoIt, whose real name is Stephen Deleonardis, is one of the most controversial and at the same time most recognizable internet creators to emerge during YouTube's golden era. He became famous for extreme challenges, heavy alcohol consumption on camera, massive cash giveaways to random people, and a very openly displayed luxury lifestyle. A significant part of his rise was driven by his close association with NELK Boys, whose audience was already accustomed to provocative, boundary-pushing content. Steve's online persona was built around the idea of someone who would do anything, whether that meant absurd eating challenges, excessive drinking, reckless spending, or physically demanding stunts. Because of this, he rapidly gained millions of subscribers and became one of the most visible faces on the platform. As his popularity grew, the nature of his content also evolved. What started as simple challenges gradually shifted toward videos focused heavily on money, luxury, and gambling. Steve frequently showed himself placing extremely large bets on online casinos, winning or losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single session, and leaving links to gambling platforms in his video descriptions. These videos attracted huge attention, as viewers were drawn to the risk, the emotions, and the sheer scale of the numbers involved. At the same time, this direction became the core reason for his eventual conflict with YouTube and its policies. In the summer of 2022, something happened that many people did not expect. SteveWillDoIt's YouTube channel was completely removed. This was not a temporary suspension or a simple strike, but a full termination, meaning all of his content disappeared and he could no longer operate on the platform in the same way. The official reason given was repeated violations of YouTube's rules related to the promotion of gambling. YouTube enforces particularly strict standards in this area because of its young audience and the high-risk nature of gambling content. Although Steve claimed that he was merely sharing his personal experiences and not explicitly encouraging anyone to gamble, YouTube interpreted his actions as indirect advertising. Following the ban, Steve was very vocal about his frustration and anger. He repeatedly argued that the platform was applying double standards. He pointed out that other creators engaged in similar content or openly promoted gambling platforms without facing the same consequences. His main argument was that YouTube itself allows gambling advertisements through paid ads, yet punishes creators for similar behavior. This dispute sparked widespread debate across social media and divided audiences into opposing camps. Some supported YouTube's decision as a necessary measure to protect younger viewers, while others believe Steve was made an example of because he was too influential and too visible. It is important to understand that being banned from YouTube did not mark the end of Steve's career. On the contrary, he quickly shifted his focus to other platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, and especially Kick, where gambling-related content is treated far more leniently. There, he continued streaming, collaborating with casino projects, and maintaining a large and loyal audience. Financially, according to many observers, he may have even grown stronger, as he was no longer constrained by YouTube's advertising policies. Still, Steve frequently stated that YouTube mattered to him, not just financially, but also in terms of prestige and access to a massive mainstream audience. After nearly 3 years, toward the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, reports began circulating that SteveWillDoIt was able to return to YouTube. Steve himself described this as a comeback after a long absence, although technically it was not a restoration of his original channel. Rather, it appeared to be permission to operate again on the platform under new conditions and guidelines. This development generated significant attention, as his name remained extremely strong and his fan base had not disappeared during his absence. His return is significant in a broader sense, because it demonstrates that even a complete removal from a major platform does not always mean a permanent end. It also highlights the evolving relationship between major creators and platforms, where the absence of a creator with millions of followers can also represent a loss for the platform itself. At the same time, it reignited discussions about responsibility, content boundaries, and how much freedom influencers with massive reach should be allowed to have. In summary, the story of SteveWillDoIt and YouTube is a clear example of how rapid success, extreme content, and constant pressure on the limits of platform rules can lead both to meteoric rise and sudden collapse. His ban was not a random event, but the result of a long-standing conflict, while his eventual return suggests that nothing in the online world is ever truly final. If Steve genuinely adapts to stricter rules, his comeback could become one of the most notable YouTube stories in recent years. If not, it may simply represent another chapter in an already turbulent and unpredictable career.